Okay, so what kind of situation do we have at the moment in the market from a GBP JPY perspective? Now, if you remember in our previous analysis on this pair, which by the way I will link below, what did we want to see? We wanted to see the market complete this impulse, correction, and impulse pattern to the upside. Basically, the market from here to make another impulse to the downside and create a lower low, which is exactly what the market has done basically at this moment. Now, let's quickly recap the reasons for which we wanted to see this move to the downside, and then we will see how we can be possibly capitalizing on the next move, again on GBP JPY. Now, from a daily perspective, what did we have? We had a market that clearly had very strong structure at this area. We had support here, against support here, against support here, and all this support was turned resistance at this area. And from here, we wanted to see the market make this move to the downside, which basically it has now created. Now, from our weekly perspective, what did we have? Now, on the weekly, we had all possible confirmations for this move to the downside. In fact, we had a beautiful impulse, very nice correction, and we wanted to see the next impulse to the downside at least try to start. That is what you definitely expect when you have an impulse and correction pattern. Now, if you want basically informations on this retracement, what are you supposed to be doing? Taking your Fibonacci from the high to the low of this impulse, bringing back all the levels. What we will see, we can clearly see that if we take our Fibonacci from the high to the low of the impulse, the market first went for a clear test of the 50%, then made a fake breakout to the upside, break back below, clear retest, and continuation to the downside. And after a fake breakout, that is exactly what you expect the market to go and basically make a retest of the broken level and then make a continuation to the downside. So the market has done exactly what we wanted it to do. And now what kind of situation we have? Can we still expect continuation to the downside? Yes, however, we must realize that here we have strong support. Now let's go and see what kind of situation we have from a COT perspective, because if you remember, basically that was as well very good confirmation for this move to the downside, because what did we have and what we still have from a COT perspective. So what hedge funds are doing at the moment in the market from a GBP perspective. What we can see is that overall hedge funds were opening basically massive short positions. First, 3.8k shorts, another 7.2k shorts, another 1.9k shorts, and closing thousands of long positions, bringing net positions from the positive 35k that we had all the way down to the negative minus 12k net positions. So GBP definitely getting very weak. So that is why we were looking at the short on the GBP JPY, specifically because what do you expect after, basically during a period of uncertainty in the market? You expect JPY to get stronger. So weak pound, strong JPY, we definitely expected a nice move to the downside, and in fact we were able to capitalize on this nice downward move for a 1-to-3 risk to reward with students. And if you remember, basically I told to all of you, be ready and be looking with your own strategies for possible shorting opportunities from a 4-hour perspective inside of this area, because always remember, monthly, weekly, and daily are for direction, 4-hour is for entry. Now, if you want informations on this retracement, how are you supposed to be taking the Fibonacci from the high to the low of the impulse? And what you can see that here, the market went for a clear test of the 50% retracement, which was the level that was lining up best with the high of the structure. And in fact, the market went to test exactly that level before getting rejected to the downside. So everything up to now basically aligning perfectly. And what we can be looking basically next. Now the market is here. Can we be looking for possible shorting or longing opportunities from this area? Obviously not, because we don't have good probabilities neither to the upside nor to the downside. But here we do have some pretty strong support, because in all of this move to the upside there is one candle that is not related to the move, which is this red candle here. And it lines up also with some weekly support that we have at this area. So if the market will continue to melt basically and reach this area, then what we will be doing at that point with students, we will be monitoring price action from a 4-hour perspective inside of this area, waiting for the market to shift from a bearish market to a bullish market, and for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries. And if the market will do that, then we will be taking a nice long with a very good risk to reward and good probabilities for a shift away from this area, and at least the start of a retracement to the upside that might basically develop in a new impulse to the upside, therefore giving very good probabilities and risk to reward. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis, education, and update, make sure to drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you, and I will see you in the next video.